Okay, for your warm-up today, you have 2 questions that are going to be on your test. When is your test in here? It's next Tuesday, this coming up Tuesday, but it is on Tuesday. So both of these questions are on that test, and I want to make sure we know how to do it. This first one is the most missed question every single year. And I will tell you why. It's not because it's super hard. It's just because y'all forget. So for this right here, it tells you angle A, if angle A is 2x plus 20. So you can write 2x plus 20. Dang it. There we go. You can write 2x plus 20 at angle A. What else do I know about angle A? Why does it equal 70 and not 110? These 2 angles, angle A and angle C, are supplementary. What does supplementary mean? They equal 180. The reason this is the most missed question is because y'all think they're the same. They are not. So what I get every year is I get 2x plus 20 equals 110. Please do not do that on Tuesday. We have to make it supplementary, so I'm going to subtract. What is 110 minus, 180 minus 110? That is what angle A is. Angle A is 70. So this equation equals 70. Plus 110 equals 180. Correct. Because what's the first step you're probably going to do? And isn't that going to give you the same thing we have down here? So that works as well. Good point. And then I'm just going to solve. How do I get x by itself? What do I do first? Subtract the 20 on both sides. And 70 minus 20 is 50. And then, what's 50 divided by 2? 25 is my answer. Now, if you are one of the people that accidentally mess this up, you will get partial credit if you say it equals the wrong thing, but then solve it right. I'll give you some points. But biggest thing is these 2 angles across equal 180. Same thing right here. D and B, what do D and B add up to? And I kind of even gave you a hint by putting 180 to let you know they shouldn't be the same. They should add up to 180. Okay? All right, I actually think we had a question almost just like this already this week, right? This was like on Tuesday's warm-up maybe. It says, what is the measure of, and it has an arc here, B to A, and we're going around. We're not going straight lines because it has the arc. We're doing curves.
It's the same circle, but different question.
Same circle, different question. Okay. Well, what did our other question ask us for?
It was asking for angle A and what is this arc BC?
Do I know what this arc BC is? It's 90. Why is it 90? Because this right here is a central angle. And remember, the central angle and the arc are the same thing. Well, if that's 90, how do I find what's in red, the rest of the circle? What do I know about a circle?
360.
So I know a circle is 360. In green, I have taken up 90. And I want to know what's in red. I want to know the rest. So what do I do? And what is 360 minus 90? 270 degrees. Remember, if you see the little m's before anything, then you need a degree sign. Okay? On X, you don't have to have a degree sign. What questions do I have? If you can please pass these warm-ups in. If you are watching this video, make sure you get this warm-up to your teacher at the end of the week.
Oh, and still is.
All right, if y'all just put them at the front, I'll come get them in just a minute. All right, I need you to look up, please, and I need your computer shut, please. look up computer shut. You'll have plenty of time in a little bit. Our notes should be quick today. This question says, find the length of the segment to the nearest tenth. If I wanted to find the distance from here to here, how would I do that if I wanted to find the distance from here to here? You could do rise over run and then make a, do you agree I could make a right triangle? Count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I could do Pythagorean theorem to figure out this one right here. So I love that you said that. Would this be a 3, 4, 5 triangle? It actually would not. Why? The slant should be the 5. And in this case, it's not. So this is not a 3, 4, 5 triangle. But you could do Pythagorean theorem to figure it out. Remember, the slant should always be the longest number in your triangle. You could do Pythagorean theorem. Or you could do distance formula. Do y'all remember learning distance formula in September?
Absolutely.
Okay, so if we don't, I totally understand. But if you look up, please. Does anybody remember what went in the first parentheses? X2.
Oh, minus X2 minus X1. Oh. Plus Y2 minus X1.
It's been since September. It's been a hot minute. Like, I agree. I would love for you to all have this memorized still, but I also understand. We just don't. So, and also I gave this to you. I'd never even made y'all memorize this, I believe. So, if you did not know, distance formula is the same thing as Pythagorean theorem. If I were to take my x2 and subtract it from my x1, that's just giving me, oh, that's not x, sorry. That's just giving me how long this is. And if I were to take my y2 and minus my y1, that's just telling me how long this is. And then, hey, isn't that the same thing as Pythagorean theorem? It's all Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so what we're doing today is the same thing. We are going to figure out, we're going to figure out the equations of circles on a graph. Now, do you agree with my statement? A circle is just a point in the middle, and then all the points connecting, or all the points around, are the same exact distance. Do y'all agree with that? So I just basically took every single point that was that same distance and created a curve with them, right? So in order to graph a circle, we're actually going to use distance formula to do that. But we're going to make it look a little bit different. So if you can please get your notes and fold them like a little bitty book. Why are they colored, you might be thinking to yourself. Well, two things. Number one, back in the day, meaning like 2 years ago, we used to do all our notes colored. But then we ran out of money because colored paper costs more than white paper, so now we don't do that. But also, number two, they ran out of white paper, so now all our papers are colored. So we're going to have some colored paper. Like your test next week is colored. Yeah, pretty interesting. But all right, for this right here, we are going to... Calm down. All right. Inside the parentheses, the first parenthesis, we are just going to have x. It's still going to be minus, but this time, instead of doing x2 and x1, we're going to say x minus h. And in the second parentheses, we're still going to have y, we're still going to have minus, but we're going to put k. And h and k, guess what h and k are for our circle? Not the height. Not the hypotenuse. Part of the circle. What part of the circle is missing here? It's the center. Whatever h and k are, that's the center. Now, in this equation, all you are going to be changing is h and k. You're not, x and y will always stay there. And the minus just means you're going to do the opposite number. And we're going to practice that and it'll make more sense. This is going to equal r squared. Do you agree r is a diagonal sometimes? Or the right? So what do you think r stands for? The radius. So the r squared is like your c squared. Now, that's not always the case because technically sometimes I can go straight up and down like that, but you'll see what I mean. All right, and those are the three things that we are changing. We're going to change h, k, and r, and that's it. So if you can please open up your notes. Yes. It says write the standard equation of a circle. The circle. Oh. I don't know why it says the circle. Just, yeah, okay. Number 1, it says the center is at the origin. What is the origin? 0, 0. So everybody put 0, 0. That means h is going to be 0 and k is going to be 0.
Wow, that was so easy.
Super easy. And what is my radius? My r equals 4. Okay, right up top, I'm going to rewrite the equation up top right here, okay? So I'm going to write x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. And what we are going to do now is we are just going to plug in. So, x minus, what's my h here? 0 squared plus y minus, what's my k? 0 squared equals, what is my r? 4, and then don't forget, this is what everybody forgets, squared. Now, we're not done, because I actually want you to do this out. What is anything minus 0? No.
It's the same.
It's the same thing. What's anything minus 0 is just, I know, I set y'all up, that was a bad question. Do you agree x minus 0 is just, so this is going to be x squared. What is y minus 0? So this is going to be y squared. And what is 4 squared? 16. And y'all, this is the answer. What questions can I answer so far? What mistakes do people make? People forget to square the 4. They just put 4 down here. People also forget to write squared right here and right here. Okay? Don't make those mistakes. Number 2. Okay? So my center is at, I'm not going to rewrite it this time. What's my h here? 3. What's my k? And what is my r? Do y'all agree with those 3 things? And now I'm going to fill in x minus 3 squared plus y minus 5 squared equals 6 squared. Y'all, what's x minus 3? You just leave it alone. I'm just going to rewrite this. X minus 3 squared plus y minus 5 squared. Say it again. You just...
You don't know what x is.
Right. We don't know what x is. We always leave x and y in our equation. And what is 6 squared?
36.
And remember, 6 squared means 6 times 6. Not times 2, times itself. And that is my answer. I'm done. You don't have to simplify it anymore. All you're basically doing is telling me what that squared is. Ooh, example 3 is a little harder. You want to try it?
No.
It's not too hard.
Well, actually,
Let me start you off. What's my h and k here? Okay. So I'm going to do x minus negative 2. We're going to get there. Squared plus y minus negative 1 equals, oh, there's my r, square root of 2 squared. Yep, and we'll talk about that. Now, when you have two negatives, what happens? They turn positive. So this is going to actually be x plus 2 squared. Whatever is in your parentheses should be the opposite side of what h and k are. Plus y plus 1 squared. And y'all are right. What happens to this square root in the squared? So what is it left with? 2. And if you're not sure of that, what can you do? You could always type it in Desmos and just say, oh, I have no idea what the square root of 2 squared is. But Desmos does. That's an option too. All right, and this is my answer. Do not leave it like above. You will get points off if you leave it like what's above. Like, don't leave it like the first line. You have to simplify it out. Half.
Why are you trying to test her?
Just in case, just in case. All right, last but not least, what if I ask you to work backwards? What if I give you, can I change this?
Yeah.
Okay, I see some people already, so I'll wait 1 second. What if I change this and give you the equation? Can you find the center and the radius?
Yes.
So, what is my center? What is my radius? Be careful. Do y'all agree it's h and k?
Yeah.
What is my center gonna be? So be careful. Remember in your equation, it has the minuses in that. What does that mean?
Oh, that's positive.
There, you have to switch the sign. So maybe write that. Switch the sign for h and k. Switch the sign for h and k. So you see negative 2 and you see positive 6. What is my actual center going to be? 2, negative 6. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I wrote it down correctly.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. And if y'all look over here, look, don't you agree right here? We have positive 3, positive 5, and what was in our equation? Negatives. Right here we had negatives, and what was in our equation? You have to switch the sign. So here, again, we have negative 2, positive 6, but what's my actual center? Positive 2, negative 6. Now what about my radius? So what squared gives me 9? 3 squared. So my radius is 3. You are always going to square root it. So if you're not sure, you just square root 9. Square root the number that it equals. And if you don't know what the square root is, put it in Desmos. What is the square root of 9? 3. And then let's graph this. I want y'all to watch me graph, and then I'll have you graph. Look up, please. Pencils down, look up real quick. My center is at 2, negative 6. Again, you'll be able to do this in a second. So I am plotting the center at 2, negative 6. How do I now graph the rest of it? Look up. If this has a radius of 3, I'm going to go left 3, right 3, up 3, down 3. Please watch. Go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I am going to connect and make what I hope is a circle. I'm not the best artist, and then that's how you graph this. Now your turn, please. So you're going to graph the center, figure out where the center is, and then go left, right, up, and down, and connect them in a circle. Yeah, make sure yours doesn't look like a diamond. A lot of y'all do diamonds. If it does, yeah, if it does, go over. Go over it a couple times to make it work out.
If it looks like a diamond,
Yeah, I want a circle.
come on.
Just keep going over it, make it circular.
That's the best. Yeah, you don't want to connect it. You want to like arc it. Yeah.
The best way I was taught, if y'all want to look up, is to draw from this one, draw a C, and then draw a backward C. It does. It keeps you from making that diamond shape. Because again, y'all just like to connect the dots, and it doesn't. That's not what we're doing. We're making circles. All right, I want you to try the next one on your own. Give me the center. Give me the radius. Don't graph it yet. Just give me the center and the radius.
That is very rude. I realize you will be punished. I knew that too.
All right. What did y'all get for the center?
-2.
It is your H and K. But remember, do the opposite. This is +2, so what should you get? This is -3. What should you get? And please plot that. -2, +3. Right there. Yeah, I told y'all didn't have to yet. Now my radius. This is not my R. This is my R squared. Also, do you think I'm going to have to count 25 up, down, left, right? No. How do I find what my R is? What is the square root of 25? It is 5. So what am I going to have you count? 5 up, down, left, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then again, draw a C one way and a C the other way. And then I just kind of go around to make sure it's a circle. Wow, that was probably the best circle I've ever drawn. Did that help?
Yeah, the C helped.
The C helped? Okay.
I still trying the right line.
That's okay. The C helped.
I drew half the circle really, really well, and the other half was really, really bad.
It happens. It happens. What questions can I answer? Do we feel pretty good about this?
Yeah.
Pretty basic, right? Biggest thing you need to remember, X and Y, you have to do the opposite signs, and then it's R squared. We are going to add this to page 62. Equation of a circle. Add this to page 62 and glue it in, please. And then I got to make your Schoology assignment available.
Wait, circle equation everything?
Equation of a circle.
Properties of logs. Are you gonna be giving us equations on the test?
I need to double check because last year we taught it after the test, so I don't know. I do know 100% this is on your TEKS test. This is on your TEKS test when y'all have it at the end of the semester. Everybody, every class has TEKS. All right, you are then going to go to Schoology and complete the assignment. It should be in there. Let me see. Is it disabled?
Yes.
Okay, you are going to go into Schoology and do the exit ticket for circles equations, and then you're done for today.
It says 2.7.
Oh, I'll change the date. Sorry.